Good evening. I'm Joe Netherworld, and I'm here with your daily tarot card reading for Friday, March 28th. For some reason, this month seemed like it was going to go on forever, and it is just like ending as if it didn't even begin. That has a lot to do with manic energy that's out in the world right now. I know, just from my own experiences, people are losing their minds. There's a lot of winter madness meets March madness meets spring fever. That's a crappy shuffle. I'm a little bit off my game as well tonight. This pernicious false head cold that just won't leave me, making me feel very, like crazy, like wanting to get out of the house. I gotta go somewhere, anywhere. But anyway, I think the energy is off. It's just it. I think people are going a little crazy. I think a lot of things are coming to an end. A lot of realizations are being made, with or without, what we're going to see in these cards. We're going to see just in general today, yesterday, today, tomorrow. The flow is sort of like, all right, we're done. Hands up, give up, walk away kind of moment. And it's going to come as a shock to some people that what they thought would be a machine that was going to go on forever, just, only go so far, reset, go back, only go so far, reset, go back, is coming to an end. People are just like, all right, they don't have anything new, then deal with the inevitable repeat of what was. So, all right, we shuffled as best I can. I'm not a good shuffler, but I'm a good reader. And let's see what our first card is up today. I'm going to take that card. See what it is. First card up, our main card today is, oh, he's back, the Page of Cups. This was yesterday's card, I believe. A main card. And when a card will fight to come back out in the deck, it means that it has more stories to tell. This is a cautionary tale type of card as well, in that it warns us too much about believing every wish, every fantasy, every fairy tale that comes our way. That's the inverse of this card. The right side up, the correct reading is that it's the magic fulfillment wish card, and that you should maybe take chances on things being wishes. But I believe there's a more sinister vibe in the world right now today, and it's to warn us that we can delude ourselves into believing things are going to get better, things are going to change in situations that we know that we're wasting our time, and we should get out while we can, save our asses. So let's see what our other card is. This is the King of Swords, which is the it's not the fighter card, but it's about winning battles. It's about taking responsibility for your own fights, your own battles, winning what you can, knowing as a knight, as someone who's born into battle, when a fight is winnable and when a fight is walk-awayable. I know that's a made-up word, but let's see what else we got. Is there other, before we get fully into this reading, what our other main card is. So, forgive me if I'm a little bit distant today. A lot of energy, a lot of things going on, and I have some dark work to do a little later tonight. So, Anyway, our other card is the Star. The Star is a single point to navigate towards, a way that, unlike the sun, which is a star nonetheless, but in this deck it's not. The sun lights everything up, shows us all the hidden mysteries and things. The star sometimes can be the single point of focus only we can follow. The North Star, the light shining in the darkness. It also is about pride, and it's the peacock. It's about pride. It's about sometimes being the star, being too full of ourselves. It's about being infatuated with an item, a thing, a person that seems like a star, that seems so much more. We've built them up in our own mind, in our own eyes, to be so much more than they are. So we've got an interesting read here, and going with the energy that I'm picking up, this sort of dark winter repetition, fear of repetition, is just sort of like almost slapping in your face to wake you up and go, hey, wait a minute. Stop believing in fairy tales. Stop making some singular person the star, the answer, the stalker infatuation of your life, and fight your own battles today. There is a need to kind of destroy what has been a distraction, and destroy or fight or battle, I should say, the things that you've given false energy to and built them up. Sometimes we have to find navigation points. We have to find where we're going and not be distracted by the fairy tales and such. There isn't an all negative read here. There is a sense if you fight your battles and defeat your distractions, you can find yourself and then begin to open up a sort of a fairy tale sense of wishes coming true and things coming forward. But it's going to be a hard won battle. It's not all about, yay, everything's great and random great things are going to happen. It's going to mean that, you have to destroy some of your, kill some of your gods to move forward here, to achieve some amazing things. So take that into consideration today. And also, beyond what the cards are saying, and this is more of a psychic intuition of the day, there is a sense that this summer is just going to be, I'm calling this already in where I'm living, the summer of Sam. There's going to be a lot of tension, a lot of turmoil this summer. It's going to be a very, almost overlooked how nice the weather will be and how good the summer will be in some ways. It's going to be all about this tension and fighting and the problems and people going a little crazy. There's an air of madness begun to move into things here. It started yesterday and today. I've seen it in just even like simple writings and postings and things. People are ready to fight and get into trouble when there is no trouble. So that's something to be considered of. So with this reading for tomorrow, I'd have to say take a look at your life. And if you have false hopes, false pretenses, or false situations, it's time to end them. It's time to go, this is what's holding me back. Because you're almost like, I could feel that like you're single-handedly defending this person, the star in your life, and making them, oh no, that's great. Oh, they're busy. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. They'll get a hold of me. I deal with that so many times in my psychic readings. People like, they have these relationships and they're dead and they just won't let them die. And that holds up the rest of your life. There's a whole movement in here about being practical and realistic about how you got where you got. And maybe it's because you haven't been dealing with reality. You've been living in a fairy tale and you're letting things move forward. And the exact opposite of that could be someone's treating you like you're a fairy tale and treating you like you're this object or possession that isn't really real. And with that, they have not dealt with you as a person. So on both sides of the coin, this is not only about you perceiving people as more than they are, it's about you being perceived as more than you really are, more than you'd want to be. Sometimes you don't want to be the beginning and end of everybody's really, of their world all hinges on you. Sometimes you just want a casual, easy day. Sometimes you just want to go out for ice cream or a drink or something and just be done. Not have to be the answer man or the problem solver or be the ambition of people's whole lives, that if they just were with you, their lives would be great. It's a little bit strange energy out there today for Friday, this day, and it starts the weekend. So I'd say if you start this up on the weekend, be prepared for a weekend of friction. At the same time, if you can end it, be prepared for a weekend of celebration and to finally set yourself free. Sometimes about just putting things to rest. That was what you were. Progress will happen one way or the other. Either you can intelligently decide on progress, or it'll just happen. And sometimes when it just happens, it's not always the best. It will happen drastically and not with your best interests and concerns. So, interesting day of warnings, and it's a very inverse and flipped day. But take this, on a very positive note. Go find your point of navigation, your true north, your true destination. Be prepared and willing. Sorry, I'm jumbling words a bit. Be prepared and willing to fight for what's right for you, and then you'll open yourself up to a little bit of good luck and a fairy tale kind of reality, which is good. And I don't mean fairy tale as in fictitious. I mean fairy tales in getting in groove with randomness, just the proper positive happenings. So that's tomorrow, and I'm going to leave you with that as a cautionary tale, a point of reference, a hopeful guide point, and a lot to think about. But come find me again around midnight. I'll be here waiting with a new reading. Until that point, have a magical and thoughtful day. And here I go with the little button again. Try and shut this off. You're almost